Hello everyone. This video is going to be an all-encompassing gold guide for the Elder Scrolls Online. I have been playing ESO since its release in 2014, and I've learned pretty much every one of the best methods for acquiring gold in this game. I will be showing you everything I know in this video, so stick around, you will learn a thing or two. I'll try to go through it as quick as possible, so don't waste your time. Before we get into the video, I want to start off by informing you to join a trading guild. Trading guilds play a vital role in the in-game economy, and you're missing out on some serious potential if you're not a part of one. The three best locations to be part of a trading guild are Vivec City in Vardenfell, Mournhold in Deshaan, and Ralka in Reaper's March. They provide quick access to all guild traders and bring in the highest incomes across all guilds in ESO. I will go ahead and get into the gold methods now. The first method is easily the most important method in the entire game, doing your daily writs. Yes, I know, what a pain. I genuinely feel sorry for console players on this one because you do not have access to the Lazy Writ Crafter add-on. For PC players, make sure you download Lazy Writ Crafter as it will save you a lot of time. This is more of a late game method as it requires you to have multiple characters, each with leveled up crafting skills. You will simply craft your writs, turn them in, and get golden materials for it. The best part though is the material surveys. The material surveys come in every variation of crafting skills and provide you with a ton of raw materials that you can either sell for gold or use in refinement to get your upgrade materials. Alright, with writs out of the way, I'm going to break up the rest of the methods into two sections. Methods for PVPVE players and methods specifically for PvP players. For PVPVE players, the first method is buying and reselling. I personally do not like this method because I find it a bit monotonous, but people have made a lot of gold doing this, so it's definitely worth the mention. I can't speak from experience though, so all I can do for you on this one is to tell you to look up some videos on reselling. There's a ton of decent content out there that can teach you. The second method, material farming. Material farming is a very consistent gold farm. Drop rates are pretty consistent, so you can judge how much gold you will make within a certain amount of time. I have made 3 different material farming videos in the past, and I recommend you take a look at them to see which ones interest you. 2 of them were hide farming videos, and the other is the absolute meta of material farming, and it can easily get you 600 to 700,000 K an hour on PC. If you want to go the material farming route, I suggest checking out the 3 videos on the screen, as they are the best material farms in the entire game. The third method is professions. This is not talked about very often, but it is the king of all gold makers if you understand how to do it properly. The main goal with professions is to pick a skill early on, whether it be alchemy, enchanting, or provisioning. Select one of them and level it to the max. Make sure you get all the passives that boost creation amount and duration. There is a bit of math behind this method, but if done properly, you can exponentially grow your gold. It's honestly quite easy once you understand it. I made a 2-minute video back in 2021 that I think described the math pretty well. The end game of professions is gear crafting. This will require a character that you have been doing as much research of equipment as possible on, because people don't want to buy gear that doesn't have the traits they need, and many of the best crafted gear sets require a certain amount of traits to be able to craft. The method for making gold is the exact same as for provisioning, enchanting, and alchemy. You add up the cost of the materials and then make sure you're profiting with your sell price. It's that easy. You just have to get used to what price the gear is selling at. Don't be listing outrageous prices and get mad at me when they don't sell. That's on you. The fourth method is motif farming. This one is pretty straightforward. In each zone, there are daily quests that you can do, and upon completing these daily quests, you will be given coffers that have the ability to drop purple motifs, which typically sell for a decent amount. All you have to do is list them at your guild trader for what you believe is a fair price. The fifth method for making gold is providing carries in the Skyreach catacombs located in Craglorn. People will pay absurd amounts of gold for a carry that will level them up faster than any other method in the game. You will need a good build and understanding of this group dungeon, as you'll be required to carry the little newbies to victory. But in the end, this method can generate some serious gold. It all depends on what you want to charge people for. I personally have never done this method, so I cannot attest to how much you can make, but I've heard it's a lot. The last PvE method, murder. Lots and lots of murder. Whoa, that was depressing. Within the Thieves Guild skill line, there are many beneficial passives that can provide you with more access to gold by committing devious acts such as murdering, pickpocketing, and pilfering around in civilian dressers and lockboxes. The Thieves Guild skill line can be leveled by completing the main storyline quests for the Thieves Guild, which can be found in most Thieves Guild hideouts. Those are the best methods for acquiring gold as a PVPVE player. I will now go over the best methods of making gold specifically for PvP players. The first method is alliance points. You can gather alliance points by playing in Cyrodiil by killing other players or capturing objectives. These alliance points can then be used to purchase elite gear pieces such as Plague Break, Vicious Death, and Alessian, and many more. I personally like buying Plague Break with my alliance points, and I recommend you check out this video of mine if you want to see the potential it has for making gold. The second method is Telvar stones. Farming Telvar stones is the definition of an absolute struggle. Unless you're like me and curb stomp all those sneaky little night blades that think they can stun kill you, the best way to gather Telvar stones is to form a small group of decent players and take on the zone bosses as they provide a lot of stones. Other than that, just farming the random enemies scattered throughout the city. Once you've collected enough Telvar stones, they can be used to purchase items at the traders in the sewer base of each alliance. I recommend using them to purchase either apothecary parcels, Zivkin polymorphs, or Hokkaido runes. I've done testing in the past and it seems to make the most gold by going with the apothecary parcels, but the polymorph price has risen significantly, so that may be a better option now. You will also collect treasure shards while farming for Telvar, which can also fetch a pretty price at the guild traders. Now head out and start making some gold, you fools. You have the knowledge, just put in the action. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, my dudes.